Coming up on Meet the Drapers.
We are fueled by our mission to build healthier communities around the globe.
We've spent the past few years cultivating relationships with the most successful stylists in Hollywood.
We have technology that is faster, cheaper, and more accurate.
What does it do for you?
You had me at Beyonce.
Funding heroes. Meet the Drapers today.
We're funding heroes.
Welcome to Meet the Drapers. I'm Tim Draper. This is my father, Bill Draper, my sister, Polly Draper. We are here to create the next generation of startup heroes. Every week, 3 heroes pitch their game-changing ideas to us. We choose one winner to move to the playoffs. 3 heroes of our choice then move to the finals. But here's the big twist. You, the viewers, can invest with us in these companies. The 3 heroes that you fund the most will also move to the finals, where they'll battle it off for $500,000. The power is now in your hands. Hey, welcome everybody to Meet the Drapers. Great to have you once again. This is episode 7 of our 4th season, and we're so excited to still be on the air. I'm Tim Draper. I'm in the venture capital business with Draper Associates, and I'm here with my father, Bill Draper, who is a pioneer of venture capital. Now he's with DRK Foundation, the venture capital firm that just backs nonprofits. Polly Draper, my sister, is an actor, director, producer, writer. We also have a couple of great guest judges today. And we would like to welcome Jay Sean, absolutely big, huge selling artist. We're going to have him sing. And Thara Natalie, great entrepreneur and a yoga instructor. And I think we'll all do a little bit of like yoga poses. So Jay, the song goes like this. We're funding heroes, heroes. Meet the Drapers today. That's all you need to know.
We're funding heroes. Meet the Drapers today. I love it.
Fantastic. You two are both artists, and you've had to go out there and be entrepreneurs to start businesses. Why don't we talk about what it's like to have to keep pursuing that artistic dream as an entrepreneur? What is it that is inside you that just keeps you going?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think, with the changing times in the landscape of music, which I've been in for coming up to 20 years now. So it went obviously from being a tangible product to going completely online and being digital. What that has allowed us to do is to pivot and find ways of making that income in other ways. So now, of course, you make money as a songwriter. The royalties are incredible. So every time people are listening to music anywhere or it's playing anywhere, the songwriter is getting paid, the performer is getting paid.
Songwriting is residual income. That's money that comes in on a rainy day, even when you're not touring, as long as your song is getting played, right? So you want to create those kind of income streams that are residual, that are not contingent on you being on stage, being somewhere.
Right.
Because that requires you to spend your active time in order to make the money.
But also, we've always believed in having several different income streams. I never have wanted to rely solely on one thing, especially in the entertainment industry. It's so fickle, you can't guarantee it's going to be there forever. So you take the money that you make, you invest it in other things.
Like you're saying, that drive and that passion and that fire, you have to believe in what you're doing undyingly, right? Because as we know, running all these businesses is not easy. And then you run into a lot of blocks and walls along the way. But as long as you have that belief in yourself and in what you're bringing to the world and to the community, that's kind of part of what keeps you going.
So Thara, what's your biggest wellness tip?
Oh, my biggest wellness tip is meditate daily. Sit down, find a comfortable seat, and just take 5 deep breaths. Easy. Inhale, hold it, count to 5, and then exhale slowly.
So with that, why don't we bring our first entrepreneur in? But before we do, let's see what's going on behind the scenes.
Oh, you're good.
guys, so we're here at NYU Langone, and we have 1,000 juices that were given to the frontline hospital workers. Check it out, take a look here.
We design products that are really going to help people become healthier. The pricing is accessible, and our goal is to reach people all over the world and really make it easy, fun for them to get involved in a healthier lifestyle. Winning Meet the Drapers would really help us reach more people and get them involved in our mission, which is to build healthier communities around the globe.
Okay, let's bring in our first entrepreneur. Our first entrepreneur is Ross from Puregreen. Ross, give us your pitch.
Hi, I'm Ross Franklin, founder of Puregreen, one of the fastest growing juice bar franchises and cold pressed juice companies in the United States. We're an omni-channel business. We have a franchise division and a wholesale division. We have a master franchise structure with multi-100 unit area developers that have already committed to opening 300 Puregreen franchise locations in the coming years. In 2019, our wholesale division generated $3.5 million in revenue, and that's up 16% from 2018. We have thousands of accounts throughout the United States that we service directly and through national distributors. Our portfolio of customers includes Fortune 500 companies, airlines, high-end hotels, and over 30 professional sports teams. So what separates us from our competitors? One is unparalleled taste. Two is high performance nutrition. When it comes to manufacturing, we don't cut any corners. We use the highest quality, fresh fruits and vegetables. We do a process through hydraulic presses that retain all the vitamins, minerals, and live enzymes. And then we do a process called HPP, which stands for high pressure processing, and it gives our cold pressed juice and shots an 80+ day shelf life, and it keeps all the nutrition intact. Our cold pressed juice is universal. We work with world champion professional sports teams, but our main focus is the everyday person who wants to transition toward a healthier lifestyle. I started the company in 2014, and we've been growing it ever since, and we are fueled by our mission to build healthier communities around the globe. And we would like to invite all of you to join us.
By the way, it was delicious, thank you. And I feel much stronger and healthier. What I'm wondering about is you've got a franchise model. That's unusual, I think, for drinks. Why did you choose that model? And if it's profitable, why not just make it all company owned and no franchises?
There was such a high demand for our cold pressed juice and our products. And so businesses all over the city were like, we want to buy it, we want to sell it. And so we started the wholesale division. And what ended up happening is we started growing our retail presence throughout New York City. Our wholesale business really started taking off. So it became both divisions of the company. We're getting so much massive momentum. In the franchise side of the business, we did around 3 million in 2019. The wholesale side of the business, we did 3.5 million in revenue in 2019. And so we realized we needed to operate them separately.
Which side makes you more money?
Our wholesale business, in the CPG business, it's very difficult to get to profitability. We just got to profitability in the wholesale side of the business during COVID. Our retail business has always been profitable. It's much easier, it's much more consistent on the retail franchise side of the business. But now that the wholesale part of the business is profitable, we plan to continue that and to continue to grow the EBITDA margin.
How do you maintain quality? Does each franchise manufacture their own?
Our biggest point of difference with the franchise side of our business is the fact that we have the wholesale business selling the cold pressed juice and shots to our franchisees at special contract pricing. We don't have to build manufacturing facilities at each franchise unit. We're able to leverage our wholesale division to sell them the juice.
So obviously, like you guys have mentioned, there's a lot of competition in the space. So my questions are your juices organic? And what's the sugar content like? And how are you making sure that there's a lot of things that are marketed as healthy, but people don't really know how to read labels.
It's always non-GMO. We use a lot of organic ingredients, but it's not 100% organic because We have very high standards. We try to use local whenever we can, so we work with a lot of local farms that don't have the organic certification, but we're much more focused on quality.
Hey, here it says ingredients: apple, carrot, beet, ginger, lemon, but it doesn't say water.
And most of our products, there's no water. It's just cold pressed juice.
Oh, wow. No wonder. Boy, that ginger is strong. Ginger cayenne. There's one with ginger and cayenne in it, and it's
got a kick.
I've been lit on fire.
Who is on your team that knows all about the tastes and that kind of thing?
I started out formulating all the recipes myself because I have a really strong interest in nutrition. But we got to the point, we're working with over 30 professional sports teams. Their nutritionists and directors of performance scrutinize everything. We created an advisory board, and one of our advisors that we brought in was one of the former head nutritionists for the New York Giants and is now actively engaged in our product formulation.
Health and wellness is at its all-time high. And don't you feel like that market is so competitive? What made you want to try to even get into this field?
I used to be in the health club industry and worked for a lot of the high-end health clubs, started my own consulting business. When you look at optimal wellness, optimal health, 80% of the equation is nutrition and only 20% is fitness. My personal mission has always been, how do I transition the mainstream population into a healthy lifestyle? And I realized that the way to do it is through nutrition. And we really want to make an impact on people's health. And right now with COVID, I feel that there's never been a time in our nation's history where people have placed more of a premium on health and the health of their families than ever before.
How much all in does one of these bottles cost you, and how much do you charge wholesale, and then how much do they charge retail?
The retail MSRP fluctuates depending on who the retailer is, and it's typically between a $6 to an $8 MSRP, and our cost of goods sold to make it is about 30% of the MSRP.
Do you have some sort of an edge there in cost of goods sold over your competition?
Yeah, originally we actually had our own manufacturing plant. And so what we realized is we really want to scale this thing. We really want to leverage economies of scale. And so we realized the way to do that is through co-packers, through third-party facilities. And then as soon as we made that move, we were able to drastically reduce our COGS. We get more buying power, and we're delivering, the highest quality product, with 30% COGS.
Terrific. Well, thank you, Ross, so much for coming on our show and meeting the Drapers.
It's been an honor to be on a show. Thank you so much for having me.
Terrific. What did everybody think?
She said she's jealous you got to drink all those juices.
I know. I got through them. You know why you can get through a lot of these is because there isn't a lot of water in them. It's like eating a meal.
Usually, like once a year, we'll do a week where we don't eat any solid foods at all, and we'll literally just drink these juices for a whole week.
Oh my God. You two torture yourselves.
Look at them. Look at how beautiful they are.
Yeah.
Meditate,
So we
do
love
yoga,
these
drink the juice. You'll look like them.
Yeah.
Oh boy, totally worth it. Totally worth it. Well, good. So what did everybody think?
I think they're amazing. I have these in my refrigerator at this very second. They're huge in New York.
Dad, what did you think of this one?
I liked it. I like them. They're a good team. They're obviously have already really delivered. And so I don't think there's any risk in investment.
Yeah, I think I would keep ordering this product. You'd have to be reminded to take it though, because if you saw this on the shelf and Naked on the shelf and something else, you'd probably just take whatever was there, wouldn't you? And this might be a niche product and it may have hit its limit on the niche. Okay, here we go. And everybody think independently. Thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs all around. Okay, I'm sideways. We got one. Okay, two. Oh, Jay made the turn. Great, a lot of thumbs up. I'm sideways. Terrific. Let's bring on our next entrepreneur, but before we do, let's see what's going on behind the scenes.
Yeah.
I started my shoe company because I was actually working in shoe retail. I had a customer base that were women of all colors and ethnicities, and I knew that it was something that I personally would want for my wardrobe, so I felt that there were other consumers that felt this way as well. I moved back in with my parents so that I could save money and funnel my entire savings and bootstrap. I became a mom during this process. It definitely has been a journey.
All right, let's hear from our next entrepreneur, Salone Monet, with her business, Salone Monet. Welcome to the show. Give us your pitch.
A skin-matching shoe, more commonly referred to as a nude heel, is a trend-immune style staple that matches the most important part of every outfit, the wearer. And because it's a staple, like a little black dress or a great pair of fitting jeans, you can style them endlessly. So they're trend immune. The problem is, you only get these great benefits if they actually match your skin. And if you were to Google nude heel right now, you'd find thousands of results in what I call the one color fits all shade of nude. Other brands have incorrectly defined nude as beige, leaving women on both the deep and fair side of the skin tone spectrum underserved. My company solves this problem by offering an inclusive 6 shades of nude in every style of shoe we sell. This shoe elevates every wardrobe, regardless if you're a business traveler that just wants to pack lighter, a fashionista who wants to style it with a super unique piece, or someone that's just looking to make jeans and a t-shirt chic. At the end of the day, we make getting dressed easier. So this is not a frivolous fashion accessory. Salone Monet is a category-founding premium shoe company offering color equity for all shades of nude. The total revenue for the U.S. footwear market reached $91.1 billion in 2019. But for now, we'll just focus on the $4.3 billion that Black women spend annually on non-athletic shoe wear. Our market adaptation strategy is to focus on this Black consumer. It's no secret that we're trendsetters. What we love eventually gets adapted by the general market. So by providing my demographic Black women with this important style tool, we will go from offering a niche service to being a lifestyle brand for women of all shades and all ethnicities. In addition to offering cross-spectrum nudes, I've designed the shoes to be comfortable, my magic shoe. Every shoe is designed with a recessed platform, which adds additional support underneath the ball of the foot, so you can wear them a lot more comfortably longer. Beyonce has worn our shoes, Gabrielle Union, Keke Palmer, Cynthia Erivo, we count them all as fans. We've spent the past few years cultivating relationships with the most successful stylists in Hollywood, and editors in the industry understand the value that a true nude heel offers. People really appreciate what we're doing.
You had me at Beyonce.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm your target market. I started to think, well, if nude is what you're really looking for, why not just make the shoes clear? So then you can actually see the foot.
That is definitely something that's trending. Right now, there are definitely clear heels,
right?
or the Cinderella slipper, as some people call them. Yeah, it's for sure a thing. Usually it's made of like a plastic, but my response to that is it's not very functional as far as like taking you from the office. I have clients that are lawyers, they can't wear a clear shoe to court. So if you think about something that's truly functional that takes you from like your professional life to happy hour to events that you go to on the weekend, unfortunately the clear shoe isn't going to be as helpful.
I think it's really fun and interesting. Shoes are a fashion item, so they kind of come and then they go. And do you think that your style will just be a trend or just trendy?
So nude heels are considered trend immune. They've been an industry staple for decades. So while there are small aspects to the style of the shoe that definitely can offer more opportunity to sell shoes, as far as having a nude shoe in your wardrobe, that's the same as having something like a pair of jeans. So this is an oversight that's been going on for a while. Previously, it was undergarments would always be just in this general beige, even sometimes with foundations. They were always like a very limited definition of what skin matching meant. So I think that there's a huge opportunity here, and it's not just something that's going to be one and done. There's just so many opportunities to include this, regardless of what your personal style is.
How big is your business so far?
So our traction definitely outweighs our sales currently. I've done about $30,000 in business. One of the issues that I had early on was keeping things in inventory in order to be able to make the sales that met the demand of the traction I was getting. But I've worked on a new business model that reduces the amount of SKUs and inventory that I keep by 60%. So now this is the first time just this month that I've launched my site with every SKU available. So I've seen a huge increase in sales.
Going off the back of what you said, how did you tackle the fact that you would need so much inventory, 6 different colors, all the sizes and all those colors? How did you handle that? Are you just doing made to order now?
Yes, when I started out, I was doing made to order, and that's why the sales weren't so impressive at the beginning of my business. I've started this post-production shoe dyeing model that no other brand is doing, and essentially what that does is all the shoes come in a singular color to my artisan dyers here in the United States, and then they're hand dyed to order after the product is requested on my website. It reduces the amount of SKUs that I have to sell or that I have to keep in inventory. It's easier to guess exactly the sizes that people are going to want when they arrive to my website versus the colors that they might want.
And how long does it take from the time they place an order for them to receive their shoes?
So right now the dye window is 7 to 10 days before they're shipped out, and then it's ships ground is usually like about 4 to 5 days, but I also offer expedited shipping after the dye window has taken place.
What is the total sales volume now that you're, and also the customer reaction? There are a lot of other high-heeled shoes for sale, so how do you stand out?
The number one aspect is that I do the color inclusive nudes. So if you were to look for a nude heel right now, you would get that same color that like the Band-Aid is in. So if you think about how like Band-Aid is supposed to match the skin, but it in fact only matches the skin for a very limited part of the market. So it really serves this between two worlds of both beauty, but also utility. It's something that you can incorporate many different ways because it's matching you and not necessarily your outfit. All of my styles are designed with this hidden recessed platform. So it's a lot more comfortable, and people have been very responsive to that. They really, really love it, and it's something that you only see on my heels.
When you capture a customer one time, how do you keep bringing them back? I mean, once I've got my shoes, I'm kind of done.
There's definitely, you know, sandals, there's boots. The options for nude heels are really endless. As I grow as a company, I can definitely offer additional styles.
What are you creating in a relationship with your customer?
It's a really great story that here I am, a woman of color, who saw that there wasn't nude shoes being made. I started learning how to make shoes, and I made my first nude heels from scratch for myself, and then from there looked for suppliers and factories to create more colors for all women. And then also I have a very strong slogan that I have trademarked, nude is not a color. And so I have some projects in the work that are going to be using that slogan to incorporate it in other garments. So I think that it can really be, it's not just a shoe, it really is a movement, and it's an idea that nude's not just one color, and I think people can really support it.
Well, terrific. Well, thank you so much for coming and being on our show and meeting the Drapers. Great to see heroes out there changing the world, making great things happen. We really appreciate your coming on the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, so what did everybody think of Salone Monet?
I love the name, super brandable. Sounds like a fashion line anyway. Like I said, I love the initiative. I love the fact that there is, you know, I've always thought if you have something like the people who are coming on your show, why are they going to take your interest? It's because they are fulfilling a space in the market. They are providing a solution to a problem.
What other alternatives do you have to this? I mean, when you go out shoe shopping, aren't there just 1,000 different shades of every kind of shoe?
Yeah, but she's right about the nude shoe. There is like one color, I don't know, pinkish, or it looks like a Band-Aid. I've always thought that, like, that's the color they choose as a person's skin color.
I thought women love, you know, bright red shoes. They like to have their shoes stand out.
Oh, sure. You have different moods, and sometimes you're going to want a shoe that blends in. And And those shoes which purport to blend in do not blend in with at least 50% of the population.
I think it's a fantastic idea. I question the business of it, even though I love the idea.
Yeah, my favorite part was that she made her first pair of shoes and then just saw that it worked, and she started selling them. The organic entrepreneur. But boy, that is a tough business. I backed a high heel company before that was very tailored and targeted, and they were using all sorts of AI, and it didn't go anywhere. Okay, thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs all around. Where do you come out?
Oh, we're supposed to do this first. Okay.
I'm giving her this.
I know, I love her idea, but...
I know, and I loved her.
I loved her too, but it's gonna be a tough business. 2 down, we're gonna move to the third entrepreneur of the day. But before we do, let's see what's going on behind the scenes.
Bigthinx is a company that is helping solve the major problems that you face when you're buying clothing online. COVID has changed a lot. You wanted to shop in store, but now have not been able to. We make things a little bit easier because you don't have to keep worrying about what you're buying, how much money you're spending on the wrong stuff instead of the right stuff. What we're building can affect viewers on a personal level. It helps them shop better, and overall, it is something that can make easy what is otherwise difficult. We're making a product that changes the way the entire fashion industry operates.
Welcome to Meet the Drapers. Let's hear about Bigthinx. Give us your pitch.
Bigthinx is an artificial intelligence company focused on the fashion and retail industry. When people are buying clothing online, they don't know what size to buy because there's no standardization in the fashion industry. So our products start out with 3D body scanning. These instantly derive 44 precise body measurements that you can use to send across to your tailor and get custom-made clothing. Our software uses a selfie of your face and the body scan to generate a virtual avatar. Our AI also automatically identifies clothing from any picture and replicates that in 3D digitally for a fraction of the price and time that it takes to do it via traditional methods. You can instantly try on this clothing on your own avatar. You see how it looks, how it fits, how it drapes. You can even change the size up and down. We've actually deployed these avatars into various places in the market along various niches. In September, we actually opened the New York Fashion Week with a fashion show using our virtual avatars, which were real people converted into avatars, and real clothing from 11 different designers around the world. The business model is quite simple. It's a B2B software as a service model, which uses APIs, which retailers can integrate into their existing software, apps, or websites. You can actually find out your size in any brand, in any product, anywhere in the world.
You said you're a B2B business. Once somebody has done a scan of their body, can't you use it across the various businesses that you've sold to so that they only have to do it once?
While we would love to do that, there's a little bit of a challenge that we've so far faced, because when you are giving this data to companies, they don't really want to share. So each one wants to hold it themselves. Our ideal model is to be able to hold the data and then be able to share it across all of these different institutions that we work with.
Do you have a couple of these businesses that have bought off on it?
Absolutely. So we've got about 15 customers right now. 4 of them are enterprise customers, and about 11 are small and medium businesses that are using our products. We actually launched our products in November of 2019, and we signed about 3 customers by the time February hit, and then COVID-19 happened, and everything came to a grinding halt. Nobody was taking any business decisions at that point. Then from June onwards, there's been a complete digital shift in the industry, and fashion companies, as well as retail companies, are adopting these products rapidly. We've seen a 300% month-on-month growth, where we clocked about 60,000 USD in revenues last month.
And the sell-through, are the companies benefiting? Can you measure that in some way?
The companies benefit. They derive a return on interest or an ROI right from the first time a consumer carries out a transaction. We've achieved actual reduction in returns by 40% using this technology.
It sounds like a really great idea, I will say. And it's always the biggest nightmare to take measurements and send them off. So I think from an ease standpoint and an accurate standpoint, that would be so incredibly helpful. I wasn't clear on how we pay for it.
We actually bill the retailers who use this. So these may be small and medium businesses, such as the fashion designers that you're talking about, where you have to send your measurements across to them. Or in the case of large enterprise retailers, they also get your measurements directly into the system and they achieve the rewards out of it. So it's the retailers who pay for this.
Let's say you wanted someone like Macy's or, Neiman Marcus. That's a hell of a lot of inventory that they're going to have to put up on this thing, right? Do you foresee that being a problem?
The traditional way when you're digitizing clothing requires either a 3D modeler to sit down and actually model that piece of clothing, or it requires you to put that clothing into a 3D scanner, which is the size of a room. And you've got to put it onto a mannequin. It will scan it from 360 degrees and then derive how the clothing is generated. These are both very expensive and very time consuming. That's where we've created our AI-based pipeline that creates clothing directly from the pictures, because it then becomes affordable both in terms of time and money. And they can digitize collections with millions of different garments in them within a matter of a few days or weeks at most.
Seeing as you are selling direct to the retailer, forget seeing what this particular item of clothing is going to look like. What I would find extremely useful is just the measuring tool in itself. So if I could scan myself and find out my measurements, surely that's something that would be super valuable to everyone.
Yeah, we are in the process of deploying that now into different industries, including fitness, because if you've got your body measurements, you can track how these have changed over time.
And what companies have been interested in working with you?
We are currently serving a mix of 4 different kinds of customers. One of them being e-commerce, where they are large companies, they are big box retailers, and they serve customer bases of millions of people. The other one is workwear or uniforms for military, for aviation, for hospitality. These are huge volume businesses. The third one is made to measure, which is bespoke clothing, designer wear, etc. And the fourth one is luxury fashion, where visualization is extremely important.
Maybe you can go a little bit into your background.
I founded 3 prior technology companies and have built and sold them in the US and in India. And this is my 4th company, again, in technology.
Your previous 4 companies, did the investors make money in those?
Yes. Well, on 2 of them, one of them is still being held on to because that's in the drones market and that hasn't peaked yet. But investors and us personally as founders, we made money on them.
Are you somewhat distracted by these other companies in building this one? Do you have baggage?
The companies that I built in the past had their own challenges. I built them, I sold them, and now I'm focusing on the one that I'm working on right now.
Now, a lot of people have tried similar businesses. What made you decide to go toward fashion and away from VR? And why are you going to win when My Shape and all these others have lost?
We have technology that is faster, cheaper, and more accurate than any of these other solutions in the world that have been there right now or even exist right now. And in the virtual avatars, we went with a bottom-up approach. We went with a model that could serve the mass market rather than trying to go to absolute perfection right from the start.
Terrific. Well, great. Thank you so much for coming and meeting the Drapers. It's great to have another hero here doing great things.
Thank you so much for having me.
So, what did everybody think about Bigthinx?
Bigthinx. Sounds like something which is probably going to come into effect by like 2040. Every piece of clothing around the world be available on a 3D avatar of yourself. It's amazing, but I just don't think it's something that is going to happen or catch on that quickly. I think it's a great idea, though.
Sounds like army uniforms and very high fashion. He's dealing with it. It feels like a confusing mix of areas he's getting into. So I would go no on that.
The problem is not that big, is it? You go very seldom to buy things in stores of a fashion type, and when you go, you fit in the fitting room, and it's all. I don't think they're solving a major problem.
Speak for yourself when you say you go very seldom to shop. Some of us shop much more than others. But I agree with you, Dad. It's not a big issue.
I know that people try things on and then they go, it's just not right. And then they just ship it back. And I don't think that that's going to reduce returns that much. I kind of like this business more going into VR, because you're going to want your avatar to be looking just like you. That actually may be a bigger market for the technology. I wasn't sure. I think he's using other people's technology too. Okay, thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs all around. Where are we going with our thumbs? Yeah, a lot of thumbs down there.
Ooh, I feel bad. I want to kind of change. No. To give him hope.
It's okay.
Give him hope.
It's part of the job. And, always think in terms of helping them by saying, hey, we don't think this thing's going to work. They can come back, they'll improve. Every pitch is better. Anytime anybody gives a pitch, then they give it again. Then people give them some feedback, and then their business model changes. Everything kind of can improve. Now, what we're going to do is we have to discuss which of these three goes on to the semifinals. You just heard from Ross at Puregreen, Salone at Salone Monet, Shivang at Bigthinx. Dad, what was your favorite?
I don't know enough about the shoe company and the benefits and so on. Polly would be the one to guide me on that more. The mission of Puregreen is probably the most appealing, and the Bigthinx, it didn't knock me over. I just think it's not that big a problem that they're solving. So I guess I'll go with Puregreen.
Everything seems to be in place for Puregreen to win, I feel like.
Yeah, I'm saying Puregreen. I'm totally in alignment. Their products are high quality from what he explained. Already working. They just want to extend.
I'm with Dad and Thara and Jay. I think Puregreen is a slam. I know because I use it every day. I'm sorry. I wanted to love the heels. I want to back a female entrepreneur, especially a female entrepreneur of color. I love her idea. I feel like somehow in the future that she'll be able to get there, but right now I think it would be a little iffy.
What I'll do is I'll just channel all your feedback into the crystal ball. And the crystal ball has its moments. Things can go either way, and we'll see who goes to the next level. So it's not often we get a pop star to be a judge on Meet the Drapers. And I'd just like to ask Jay, a major pop star, if he feels like these entrepreneurs should go up or should they go down, 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 down.
I personally thought you were all excellent. You all had great pitches. I wish all of you to go up, and I hope none of you and none of your business ventures ever go down, 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 down. So good luck to all of you.
Wow!
Terrific. Thank you so much. That was very special for all of us. One of you will go forward to the semifinals, and that will be the one chosen by the crystal ball. And then you'll have a shot at the finale, and the winner of the finale, of course, will get a $500,000 investment from Meet the Drapers. But all of you now have a crowdfunding site. You have the opportunity to crowdfund, and the viewers out there have the ability to invest in these entrepreneurs. If you liked one of these entrepreneurs, I encourage you to go ahead and support that entrepreneur through the crowdfunding site. You go to meetthedrapers.com and you can crowdfund any of these entrepreneurs, any of the entrepreneurs that we have all season. And the top 3 crowdfunded entrepreneurs will also enter the finale. Ross with Puregreen. I love the juice. You're off to the races. You've got a franchise model that seems to be working. You have a wholesale model that seems to be working. The thing that we're most concerned about with you is the competitive environment. It is a very competitive environment. As people get more and more hooked on these juices, which I already am, I think you could grow and become quite a big business. Salone Monet, you fit our hero category. You are extraordinary. When I heard that you made the first pair of shoes yourself, you realized that it was something you could sell, and you wanted the world to see it. That's what we're all about here at Meet the Drapers. Our biggest concerns here are that is one of the most competitive environments in the world. And so it's going to be hard for you to get that customer to keep coming back. And then Bigthinx, we're really excited about what you guys are thinking of doing this body scan and applying it to the clothing. We're concerned that it may not be a big enough deal. And we're not sure that your value proposition, which is fewer returns, will happen to the extent that you think it will. All 3 of you are heroes. You're doing such extraordinary things. I'm at a loss, so I will have to consult my crystal ball. Crystal ball, strong vibes coming from the crystal ball. It's Salone Monet. You move on to the semifinals. Congratulations. We are thrilled to have you move forward. The crystal ball and the judges weren't really exactly aligned here, but you're moving forward. We're excited to have you. The other 2 companies, first of all, Puregreen, you got a lot of new customers from this. And Bigthinx, I think this is going to be a new thing. So thank you so much for all the heroic things you do. Thank you for all the great work you do. Every entrepreneur out there is a hero. They're putting their neck out there every day. They're making great things happen.
I hope that the viewers, do more research on us. They see our products in the stores. They try our products. I'm just very honored and grateful to have had the opportunity to be on the show and to virtually meet all of them, to deepen the connection with Tim and the Draper family. It would really mean the world to us. So I hope that the viewers watching invest in our campaign. And I hope that we get voted back. That would be amazing.
It was an interactive, engaging conversation rather than a one-side monologue. We did not expect the personal aspect to creep into it, and that was certainly refreshing. We'd like all of you as viewers to think about what affects you most deeply and what is most flawed in the fashion industry. And if we are actually solving that for you, as we think we are, please do reach out, invest in us, support this business, and help transform this world into something that is more sustainable, more economical, and a happier place for you.
If I had to describe how I'm feeling in one word, it would be shocked. Meeting the Drapers was a little bit of a unique experience. It definitely was unlike any other pitch or, VC room I've ever been in before.
Jay and Thara, thank you so much for being on Meet the Drapers. We would like to adopt you into the Draper family. We apologize for what that will do to your eyebrows over time, but it's a fun family and it keeps expanding. And so welcome aboard, welcome to Meet the Drapers, and I hope we get a chance to see you again. And see you next week on Meet the Drapers!
Meet the Drapers!
Meet the Drapers.
We're funding heroes, heroes, future shapers. We're funding heroes, heroes, underneath the Drapers. We're funding heroes, heroes, move and shake, 'cause that's what we do. That's what we do. Underneath the Drapers. We'll improve the future with our tech. AI, VR, Bitcoin is the best. We'll build and work and grow with you, having fun along the way. We'll change the world for better. Meet the Drapers.